Okay, transalpers and my YouTube people who will be watching. This is a 650 transalp going in a 1998 600cc transalp because I couldn't get an engine. So if you've watched the other videos, you'll know. I just need a little bit of help because the Haynes manuals are a bit shit now, and I didn't take this one apart. And because I'm putting a new engine in it, I do have some confusion now. We have got my rear master cylinder. Is there like a female set of bolts that join that on there? I mean, I can't see it going like that because you're covering up the rectifier, which is you want to get as much air around that as you can, but the holes line up. So if someone could tell me what the score is with that, that'd be great. I can't see why I'd have to modify it because that's all the same. I've got some breather issues. So we've got crankcase breathers, rocker breathers, crankcase breathers, whatever you want to call it, coming out at the top of the rockers on both sides. Obviously this side is right in the way where the coil would be, so we've had to relocate the coil on the other side from being here onto the other side. It's a lot better place to put it, that is. And I may end up doing the same on that side. But I've got a breather coming out there. I've got a breather coming out here. I've got a big tube here that wanders off down there. That just disappears into some form of something behind the bottom of the airbox. And I've got a tube here, and I've got this here, and I've got that there, and I've got a hole here. So can someone just let me know where the breathers go? I mean, obviously I know I'm probably going to have to make a Y piece up if I've got to join two, because the older engine only had one breather, but I've got no idea where it disappears to in regard to this shape of airbox. So I could do with a little bit of help for that one. These, I take it, go upside down. I have no idea how they went in, but they're wanting to sit like that. Coil, we had to extend the wires from here, so we've extended the wires. At the minute I've just slipped the coil in there. Does the coil need to be earthed to the chassis, the frame? If somebody could tell me that. A couple of little extensions I put in from a washing machine, funnily enough. If somebody could let me know about them. I've got obviously a fuel line now. I've got these two breathers here, or not breathers, I think these are vacuum pipes, which possibly go onto here, but obviously this is a different set of carburetors because it's off a different engine. And on mine I've only got one tube for the vacuum pipe for the fuel tank. There we go, two pipe holes. I might have just solved that. If somebody could tell me that's where they go, but that doesn't look like the same shape, and these are all a different diameter hole as well. I could also do some help on coolant pipes, wherever they go. I think obviously those are right. That goes in there, that one goes there, that goes around the horn. But then on the other side I've got issues with the exhaust being in the way, because the exhaust is going to come out of here, and then it's going to run down the front here. These are obviously going to be kept out of the way. But then the pipe comes through to go to the bottom of the radiator here, and obviously it's in the way of the exhaust. It wants to go in behind here, but that seems awfully close to that exhaust. So what I'm tempted to do is bring it to here, get a piece of copper pipe, and just put a little sheath up on the top there, two Jubilee clips, little piece of copper tube down to there, and join it on. And I've also got issues with the water pump because it's got a different hole size diameter that comes out, so I'm gonna have to. I found on the eBay a reducer, like a silicon reducer, so it can come out big and then just reduce down. So yeah, if you could help me, people, that would be absolutely amazing, because it is doable. I mean, the big problems. I mean, you all saw the big problems that we had that you'd expect to be a pain in the ass. One being whether the engine mounts would all line up. So this is a 650 engine, smooth, I also call it smooth, and the other one is like the ones with all the big fins for cooling, both water cooled, but one's a 600 and one's a 650. So this is a 600 1998 transalp, which we've now turned into a 650. I have had it running, if you look at the other videos, and there's no issues with whether I've got to change all the pickups and everything, so that's all worked. I've got, I think, an issue with the chain. The chain might be a bit long because I've wound back the adjusters as much as I can wind back the adjusters as much as you can, and yeah. So I don't think I need to say any more about that. I think I've definitely got to take a chunk out of that. And I think that's about it, really. I may have a few issues with the rear caliper, because I mean, is that what? Obviously, I haven't done this one up yet. That's nice and loose because I'm still dicking around. But it almost looked like there should have been a bush in this caliper mounting bracket where the spigot goes through. It almost seemed like there should be a bit of a bush in there. So if you could let me know on that. And obviously the mounting of the rear reservoir here. Because I never took this bike apart. I mean, that obviously wants to go there, but it seems to stick out quite a lot. So or it goes on the back, but then if it goes on the back, how do you yeah, but this come off this bike, so I don't know why I'm having such problems finding where to go, but it definitely goes there. But if somebody could let me know where that's meant to go. So that's a bit of a puzzle. But yeah, breather pipes please, guys. I'm really confused with these breathers. I don't mind having to modify stuff. If those both rocker breathers go on there, or does that go onto there? Does that go onto that one there? Obviously not. But it probably goes on, it could go onto there, or with that stretch. You see, it won't stretch up there, won't stretch up there. So if someone could tell me where all these breathers go, or just drop me a vid with where they think it goes, or where I could put it. Obviously that's my little battery drainer, don't need that explaining. Oh, coolant, another coolant one. Where's that one go? Where's that one go then? So you've got that coolant one that comes down, that goes into like the hole, and you got that one. Is that just like an overspill? It should just have a tube on it and then trickle down. Please help, because I'm nearly there, as it were, nearly there. But obviously I can't put any tanks and shit on until I've sorted out all these bloody things go. So if anyone would like to tell me where my crank breathers go, and we'll be away. And I think that's about it then. I've got a bit of an iffy going on with the old brake lever there, so that's a bit one finger brake lever by the looks of it. So we're there, people. We're pretty much there. But I just want to put it back together now, especially considering we've all got this bloody coronavirus lockdown. So if you're watching this, that's what we're on at the minute. So it's quite scary. I want everyone to be safe, and don't take any risks, and wear a mask if you go out. And some of us are still working. But please help me, because I'm getting a bit teasy now, because that's about as far as I can go. So I need to find out where all these breathers go, where these tubes go from the top of the carbs. Going on to the carbs, for people that might do this one, the carbs all lined up. Get your heat gun or hairdryer. Get your hairdryer, lag them all in in Vaseline. Get them nice and hot. All the coolant pipes stretched over. HT leads stretched over. Obviously, if I haven't said it before, can someone tell me if this needs to be earthed to the frame? Everything else fitted. Starter motor was the same. Took the starter motor off the old one. Just popped that one on. Everything was the same. All the brackets were the same. The only thing was the top hat in this rear spigot for the swing arm. But I mean, I shimmed that, and I'm sure I showed you. There's the issue we've got with the coolant radiator pipe. It's a different size. So, like, way different size. I mean, that's the outer diameter is about the same. So I've just got to try and find a reducer to sheath that one. I did think of taking the fuel, the actual water pump off the other one, because it looks exactly the same, but obviously it's a different size pipe. So I'm just tempted to use this one and go from there. And yeah, if anyone else is trying to do this might help you. But if not, can someone tell me where I've got to go, where these pipes end up? And that can't be for coolant, can it? No. And that's a vacuum. I think that goes into the top of the bloody carbs. I can't tell now because it's so tucked in there. So if someone could tell me what these puppies are for, and if they are meant to go either side onto those breathers. No, they can't go onto those breathers. It doesn't want to go onto the breathers because there's no elbow unless it goes like that. But even then, that doesn't No, it just doesn't tell me where they go because I can't figure out where they go. And it's the same carburetor. So if both of those go onto the fuel tank, we're laughing. But I don't think so. Let's have a look. I mean, they could... No, it's a fuel lamp. No, see? So I don't think they go on there. So they don't go onto the fuel tank. So can someone please tell me where they go? And actually, even better than that, what goes onto the fuel tank then? That's a bit of a confusion now, isn't it? Because I've got two vacuum pipes. I've got two pipes here. So if someone could tell me if these are meant to go onto there, but that's shit. They definitely don't go on there. Oh shit. Right, well, there you go, YouTubers. And you Facebooky transalp people, see if you can help me on this one, because I'm getting pissed off now because I want to get it done. All right, take care, be safe everyone.